Good afternoon. How we doing?
I know you guys would have liked the W, but what were your biggest positives from Monday's game?
Positives. Felt like that game was so long ago, but I thought we fought hard in the second half. Obviously, I thought we were pretty consistent just with moving the ball throughout the game. Overall, man, I'm not a big fan of moral victory, so we lost the game and that was that. But overall, just love the way we competed and we gave ourselves a shot at the end.
Geno, you're on pace for over 5,000 yards through 4 games. That hasn't happened in the NFL since 2022. Passing's down all over the league. Why are you up this year?
Honestly, I'm just taking advantage of the opportunities that we're having. Our games have gone in such a way that we've been passing the ball. Obviously, we want to take advantage of the fact that we have some really good wideouts and really good pass catchers out of the backfield. Our tight ends have been doing a great job, and it's really just been taking advantage of the looks we're getting. Like I said, it's a collective effort. Takes all 11 out there, so I would say that we're on pace for that as a group. And as far as stats go, I really just care about wins and losses. I think we're just doing whatever it takes to try and win games.
Are there any differences with the offense itself with Ryan and how that's going that's contributing at all to that?
I would say just a little bit more of just up tempo. The more you up the tempo, the more plays you're going to get. That's similar to how it is in college, and so we've been doing some tempo stuff and been on the ball and been able to sustain drives. I think we've been better, a lot better on third downs, which has given us more opportunities, and so that's going to obviously lead to more passing yards and even more rushing yards. The more ops you get, the more chances you get, the more yards you'll get.
How is it that those passes and pass attempts are setting up the run game? I think we often think about it the other way, right? The run sets up the pass. You guys are doing it the opposite.
Yeah, I think again it just goes down to what are we seeing that day? What is the defense giving us? What are the looks? What advantages do we have against said defense? And so, just looking at how they've been playing us, we've had plenty of opportunities to not only run the ball but pass the ball, as you said. And whether it's the run setting up the pass or the opposite, we want to be balanced. We want to take what's given to us and not force the issue. And I think that's what we're doing a pretty good job at.
Yesterday, Ryan Grubb told us after the Denver game that a lot of the passes were off run calls that you switched or that the looks presented to pass. Was a lot like that in Detroit, or was that the pregame goal?
Yeah, I would say, Detroit, they came out, they want to play some man defense, and so they manned us up a little bit, and we were able to, get some advantages in the passing game with just our matchups and stuff. And so as the game went along, we began to run the ball a little bit more, and again, we're just taking whatever they give us. Going out there and trying to, do whatever it takes to score points and to put ourselves in the lead and win games. And so whether that's run or pass, to me it doesn't matter. It's about what the defense is showing us and what we can do to counter that at the time.
Do you have more outs and latitude in that regard now than you did before?
It was the same before. I think, again, just how the games have gone, it's allowed us to take advantage of it.
Like you said, Kenneth Walker got going in the second half and really made his presence felt. And I'm just wondering, you've been around a bunch of running backs, but what is it about his game, skill set, feel? What makes him a little bit different from other guys who've been around?
I think he's the complete package when you talk about running backs. I think he's one of the best running backs in the game. I think when you talk about a guy who's going to be great in open space, the first guy is never going to get the tackle, never going to bring him down. You saw him do a freaking front flip to get a first down, man. I've never seen that in football. Takes incredible strength and creativity, really, to even think to do that. You talk about him in pass protection. You talk about him out of the backfield catching the ball. Obviously, when he's running the football, he can juke you or he can, run you over. And, we have a great combination of running backs in that room, led by Ken Walker. But, I'm on record as saying I think he's one of the best in the game. I think he's going to continue to show it. He's only going to get better, and we need him. We got to count on Ken.
I imagine that Mike showed that play, the somersault play, in front of the rest of the team. What was it like?
He didn't. But that was just an amazing play, honestly. Just to see that, the effort that it takes to get that done, and again the creativity to even think to flip over on your head and to keep going. That's something that again I've never seen before. Maybe never will happen again. But that's why we got Ken Walker on our team, and that's why we love him.
When you look at the Giants, they're really good in the red zone, that defense. What is it that they do differently there?
Yeah, I think it's their philosophy. I think they, they really are a bend but don't break defense. They harp on not letting you score touchdowns down there in the red zone. They're going to give you some tough looks, make the man in zone look the same. You'll have to read it after the snap. Your guys have got to be, running fast and getting to their spots, getting to their landmarks. Obviously, they're pretty stout up front. That gives them the advantage to just rush forward and drop more guys in coverage. So they'll have an extra guy to maybe double someone, or, there's a lurk backer or a safety somewhere trying to read my eyes so that he can get a interception. And so just being, great with understanding the coverage, pre and post snap, and then making fast decisions, getting the ball out, some catch and runs, and then being able to run the ball is always going to help us down there.
In his press conference yesterday, Mike said that this past game was the best that he's seen the O-line play. How have you seen them improved over the first few weeks?
I thought they did a tremendous job. It's never easy, to pass protect that many times in a game. I thought overall, the run and the pass looked pretty good, and I thought, Aiden Hutchinson, as great of a player he is, has 0 sacks in the game. I thought we ran the ball, again, very effectively, and I also thought it allowed us to pass the ball, in at times that we did. And so for those guys to go out and compete the way that they did against a really tough defensive line, to compete the way they did, and for Stone to go out there and play the game he played, I thought it was tremendous. I thought Haynes stepped in there, did a great job. I know AB was battling. Connor did a great job leading the charge, man. Like the entire group, Lakin, Charles does what he does, and it allows us to be an explosive offense.
I think Mike specifically mentioned the communication up front being on point. Did you feel that?
Yeah, in a tough environment, I think as loud as that game was, I thought our communication was spot on. I thought guys echoed the calls down the line. I thought that we were clear and concise with what we wanted to do. I thought when we got to the sideline, the way that we communicated there, overall, I just thought it was all, outstanding, and I think it's only going to improve.
Where's you really seen Charles progress this year?
Yeah, Charles, since his rookie year, man, like he stepped right in, and he's been the day one, franchise left tackle for us, and you can just see his confidence has grown so much. He's looking forward to those matchups against those, really great defensive ends. He looks at it as a chance to prove himself, and I think he's doing that. He's gotten a lot stronger. You can see it in his play. He's finishing guys, in the run game, and just, he's doing everything that it takes to help this offense be great. And he's a leader on the offense. A quiet guy, not going to say much, but just the way that he plays and overall just his demeanor, it really rubs off on the offensive line and the offense.
Jason Peters signed back here. You were obviously played with him last year. What does he bring to a team in terms of his experience and all the football he's seen? Yeah,
JP's a walking Hall of Famer, man. Really just appreciate the veteran leadership he brings to the team, to the offensive line, to that room. Just the countless reps. He's seen it all. He's seen all the looks. He's got those, subtle tricks to the game that he can, teach those guys about little things about pass setting, or just trying to gain an advantage on the defensive line, or against the defense. And again, if he steps in there and plays, we know what he's going to do. He's always prepared. He knows how to play this game. He can play all 5 positions on the line, and I think again, a walking Hall of Famer, a guy that we appreciate having back.
And you're on a short week in your routine and your prep. What changes and maybe what becomes a little bit more important for you?
Yeah, recovery is the biggest thing. We got a short week and then another game right after that. So it's going to be huge, very important for the guys to recover. Make sure that when you get home, you're doing extra work, extra studying, because you do lose a day. And so the only way to gain that back is by doing the extra work. And so taking care of your body, making sure that you're hitting tubs, cold tub, hot tub, getting your legs back, after a short week, and then, flying back from the East Coast, all those things matter. And then, again, studying the opponent, making sure you're watching film, you're in your iPad, doing all the extra work to be ready for Sunday.
This was the first loss of the season. What was the message from the coaching staff, and how are the players responding? What's the mood?
Yeah, obviously, man, it sucks. You never want to lose. We're all about winning over here, and so that was a game we felt like we could have won, but we didn't. We're 3-1 right now. The first quarter of the season's over. We were 75% in the first quarter. Now it's on to the second quarter of the season. Some really tough matchups moving forward. And so guys have got to be on it. This is the time, for us, especially for me, I feel like I haven't played my best yet to start rolling, to get rolling. And I think it's going to start here soon. I'm starting to get into my groove, and us as a team, as an offense, really got to lock in and play together. Be connected, do all the little things, take care of business, and then go out there and take it one game at a time.
Monday night, Geno, on 3rd and 8, when you hit Smith and Jigba for the first down, 11 yards in the third quarter, after you ducked the blitzer, what are you looking at there when you're scrambling out to the right? What's your next progression and what you're trying to look for?
Yeah, just always keeping my eyes downfield. That's the main thing. I feel like that's, a big part of my game is obviously, I have the ability to scramble and get yards if I can, but my game throughout my lifetime has been to hurt you with my arm. And so just trying to find guys open downfield, keeping my eyes open, trying to keep the play alive. I thought Jackson did a great job at finding the open window, and we were able to get that 3rd down conversion.
Four
When you
games
pulled
in.
up on that rollout, did you see Hutchinson coming right at you?
Yeah, I saw him.
You just stared about.
Yeah, he's a football player like the rest of them.
4 games in. What are you liking most about Ryan's scheme?
I just like the diversity that we have. I like the fact that we're very aggressive, an up-tempo, attacking style offense. That's something that's fun to be a part of. And, just the way that Coach Grubb calls the games, man, like he's not afraid to get the calls off the sheet, man. He's being aggressive. He's trying to attack the defense. He's setting things up. He's always thinking about the next play. The next advantage that we can gain. And so I think, for us as an offense, I don't think we've executed exactly the way that we want to yet. But, knowing that we have Coach Grubb and a system that's going to always put us in the right position to make plays, it's really up to us as players to execute and go out there and make it look great.
When you do go up-tempo, is that coming from him in the moment, or is that something you decide ahead of a drive, like this is an opportunity to
Yeah, it usually comes from him. He's got a great feel for that, so he knows, when it's time to go up tempo. There are times in the game where you want to go up tempo, and then he also knows when to, pull it back and pull the reins back and allow guys to catch their breaths so we can, get set up, get a look at the defense, and then, adjust the tempo from there. But I think he has a great feel for that.
Do you try to do that to keep certain, like the same personnel on defense on the field, to keep them?
That could be one reason for it, yeah.
Jeremy, Geno, how have you seen Jackson Smith and Jigma grow in terms of him able to find those pockets when you come out of the pocket, him finding pockets on the defense so you can get him those small passes to him?
Yeah, Jackson, like I said, he's only going to continue to get better. The things that he's gotten better at just over the past 2 years is his understanding of defense, understanding of route spacing, and where he is in the progression. He does a great job at being very quarterback friendly, whether that's in and out of his cuts or if I get into a scramble situation, he's always finding the right pockets and the right windows. And to have a guy like him and to have Lockett, who's also great at it, just gives us that added dimension. We can play out of structure if we need to, and I think all of our guys are pretty good at it.
Did you work in the offseason with him? I can't remember if you told us or not. Did you guys do some offseason work together, you and Jackson?
Yes.
How have you seen A.J. Barner kind of progress in his role in the offense? It seems like he's getting some more snaps. You get the touchdown to him this last week.
Yeah, I thought A.J. I thought he had a phenomenal game. I really think the past 3 games, you see where he's been stepping up and he's getting more involved in the offense. And, I think his confidence is only going to continue to grow. A.J. is a hard worker. He's a guy who's always asking questions, and he's asking the right questions, trying to figure out how he can get better. And, he's a listener. He's a young guy, but he's such a sponge, and he wants to know things, and he asks the right questions. And so he's only going to get better. You can see with the ball in his hands, man, he can make some plays out there. And I wouldn't advise him to try to hurdle too many guys, but, it's good that he got his feet back down. But I think A.J.'s a great player and only going to get better.
You said you haven't played your best yet. Where would you like to be better going forward?
I just got to play cleaner all around. I think I know I can be a lot better. It certainly hasn't been my best 4-game stretch here, but I can be a lot cleaner just throughout the entire game and, really just chasing that perfection. That's something that I'm big on myself on. Is I know I'm not perfect, but I'm striving for it, so I'm just trying to play a perfect game if I can.
Does it feel like, I think you mentioned this before, like the turnovers haven't been a lot, as many as touchdowns you have, but does it feel like those have been a little fluky though?
It is what it is. Yeah, I do, but a turnover is a turnover, and so I take that on myself, and I say, I can do something better in that situation. So always looking to, play a clean game and leave the game with 0 turnovers. That's my goal, is to play the game and not have any turnovers and or any turnover-worthy plays, not give them a chance to get an interception or a fumble or something like that. So, I want to make sure I clean those things up and not hurt our team.
Did you ever have a chance to talk to Drew Lock at all after he signed with these guys?
Yeah, I talk to Drew. I feel like we talk almost every week, man. I'm always checking up on Drew, and it'd be good to see him this week, man. I know he's working his tail off, and I can't wait to see him out there on Sunday. Thank you, guys.